So this is going to be my first video. This is the first video that I have for my 100 videos. Okay, so right now we're stepping into a new season in my life. And with that being said, it's highly important that I start to direct my energy into something completely different. I have to be mindful that if I want to do something different, I'm going to have to invest in skills, mentorship, attitudes, habits, and start to have different expectations. It is so important for me to realize this. And I understand a lot of people say it has a lot to do with destiny shaping and things like that. We're not going to get into the mysticism of it right now. That's not important. What I want to do is just simply start the process. I recognize if I would just start the process that I will obviously get in a direction in alignment to something else. It's highly important. So what I'm trying to do is be mindful that the outcome is not up to me. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is to honor God with my body, my flesh, my words, my attitudes, everything that it is me. I want to start moving in a direction that I know God has allowed me to go into. I want to start seeing things from a world that has a lot to do with the life I want to live. I stand before you as a mid-30 African-American man, and I'm thinking about, look, what does 40 look like? What does 45? What does 50 look like? What does the next 20 years look like of my life? And what have I learned from the past 3 decades that I want to incorporate into the life that I plan to live? And that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do, is to think about what made me happy back in the day. What did I love doing? Now that I've looked at it, I gotta admit, my love has changed. My passions have changed. I've changed completely. The things that I loved, the things that I once did that brought joy, the things that used to pull me and give me energy, it has completely changed. So I'm starting to realize that James Baldwin was telling the truth when he said that the top of every mountain means the bottom of the next. I've reached the bottom of the mountain. Now it's time to climb the next one. Some people equate it to seasons. Each season, it comes with a new temperature. It comes with new scenery. Fall does not look like summer. In fall, you see leaves falling. You see the changes in the scenery. You start to see attitude shift, and people are like, I want to go inside. I don't want to be outside that much. In the summer, you start to see people go outside more. You start to see fitness become very, very serious. Start seeing people clean their pools. You start seeing different attitudes change. All these different things happen when we're about to change a season. And in my life, I'm starting to notice that the season is changing. The season is changing. And I can't be upset about it. I got to be mindful. I can't be upset about it. I got to be respectful, and I got to be understanding, and I got to be open to the fact that the season is changing. And in my life, it might just be a whole new book. This might not be a chapter right now. This might just be a whole new book. And I do believe that the digital frontier isn't something to be slept on. And because I believe that it is the future, and I do believe that it's going to have a huge impact on the lives of people, this is the avenue in which I plan to take the next phase of my life. Digital content is highly important because it allows me to be creative. It allows me to express myself. It allows me to seek new informations and avenues of storytelling and being able to resonate and converse with people. It allows me to be able to move in a different direction. And I think that pivot is necessary for the future. I don't think that conversations will be as they were. I think a little bit of it will be there, but I think conversations are going to change. And the idea of how we have conversations and how we share our experience, this human experience, I think that as time progresses, people are going to evolve to accept new mediums and forms of communication. Online is a huge one. Being able to connect through Discords and being able to connect conversation with knowledge, like places like Substack or perhaps through LinkedIn for jobs and professional development and networking. I do believe that these channels are only going to become more and more prevalent, especially with the introduction of artificial intelligence. So with that being said, my conversation is, how do I start to set myself up so that I can become a part of the communities where the people are? And obviously my goal is to express myself from a spiritual standpoint, man. I want to introduce people to God, and I understand that comes at a different move depending on where you at. So my thing is like, what do we do? How do we do it? So that's where our mindset is, man. So I'm curious about what that looks like and how we move past that. So my conversation with myself is, how do I set it up? And that's what I'm going to do. Like right now, this is my first video. This is the first one of the 100. I'm confident. It's the rough draft. Can't be mad. Can't be upset how it looks. I'm just flowing right now. I've been waiting so long to put it out. I've been waiting so long to do it, having excuses, trying to find what's perfect, to the point where I'm like, you know what? So what? Whatever it looks like, just throw it out there, man. Just put it out there. You don't know what you're saying. You don't have a script. You're coming at this with the most raw essence of who you are as a person. Just throw it out there, man. And over time, I pray that God evolves this process, evolves the setup, evolves the preparation, evolves the networking, evolves the training and the skill, everything that I need in order to work within this space with humility and with excellence. That's something that I want to do. Normally, I would say I want to dominate. I want to be the best. That's the old me, man. That old man probably would have wanted to dominate and wanted to be the best in the arena, have high levels of just you against me, and have this me against the world attitude. That's not what I'm interested in now. It's truly about collaboration. It's truly about being a part of a system that builds each other up and that is accommodating for different perspectives and different mindsets, attitudes. That's what I'm really interested in. I'm much more interested in trying to find out where my vibe is. And once I find my vibe, it will attract my tribe. That's where I'm at. What kind of energy do I want to put out to the world? Because what you say matters. And how you interact in this world with people, you can either make or break a person's mind, attitude, their life, all that. I want to be a part of the process that builds people up, takes them from where they are to where they need to be, and truly leave a lasting impression, a positive impression on the world around me. That's what I'm hoping to do. And I will do that with 10-minute videos. My first 100 videos will be 10-minute videos where I just simply talk about the topic that God has placed on my heart. I do not know what those topics look like. Most likely they'll probably be whatever Bible study I was in that day, and just a quick reflection of what it did in my life and how I plan to apply it. But the goal is to be able to just stand strong and tall for God, and not to look back and forth, not to be this or that, but to just build upon what I believe He's placed in my heart. I'm not trying to design anything. I'll let Him grow it. That way I know it wasn't me. That way I know it was just the intentionality behind my wishes, my dreams, and everything. What's up, and how I want to move. And I'm just thankful. So this is the first 10 minutes. It's over with. It wasn't too bad. I'm looking forward to number 2. Catch y'all tomorrow.